Hey, what is up everyone? Welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be doing a collection tour. This video right here is in collaboration with and is sponsored by Gemmer. If you didn't see the video I did a couple of years ago and you don't know what Gemmer is an app for collectors. So whatever you collect, whether it's gunpla, anime figures, Lego, toenail clippings, maybe not the last one, but whatever you collect, you'll find like-minded people on there you can share it with, and I'm on there too, so you can follow me there. I've just dusted off my Gemmer account. With all the moving and all that I've done over the last couple of years, I did forget about it. I'm going to get right back into that. But the best aspect about all of this is that Gemmer is sponsoring a giveaway. And what we're giving away is the absolutely godlike Master Grade Gundam Dynames. You may have seen the review I did not that long ago, a couple of days ago. The thing is absolute dynamite, and I'm sure you want one. But if you do want one, all you have to do is sign up to Gemmer through that link down there in the description. Post a couple of pictures of whatever it is that you collect, and of course if you do have a Gemmer account already, even if you're dusting off an old one from way back when, then all you have to do to be into the giveaway is sign in through that link down there in the description. So once again, if you do want to win a Dynames of your own, you can download the Gemmer app either off the iOS store or the Android store, sign in through that link down there in the description, and of course don't forget to post a couple of pictures of your collection. And that is enough about that. It's been a while since I've done a collection tour. Like I said, it's been about 2 or 3 years, maybe more. I was living in Japan at the time, so a whole lot has changed. So let's check it out. So moving on into it, and this I guess is the main bulk of the things that I have. On the right there, that's stuff that belongs to my wife. On the left over here, that is more my stuff. As you can see, there's quite a bit of a difference between the two sets of things. Anyway, I'll focus more on what is mine, more so than what is over here. But like I said, this is the main bulk of everything. I'm sorry if everything is super echoey, because this is a big cavernous room that's also a kitchen. Not going to show you that part. So first off, down here in the least visible corner of the whole thing is the Reborn 100s. These kits are awfully nice to look at. They are quite cool. Definitely if you detail them up, if you paint them, even better. But besides that, they're not great. Not my favorite line, but it is something I would like to look into a little bit more, explore some more of them, see what they're like. But once again, so far, not impressed. Looking forward to the Zaku Kai though, definitely. Next up on the second bottom shelf here is my Age kits as well as my After War Gundam X kits. There is no particular reason these ended up at the bottom, just because they couldn't fill out a whole shelf on their own. So I've only got 4 Age kits there. There are only 2 Master Grade Gundam X kits. So that's why they're down here in this corner. I love the Age kits, especially the Age 1 versions. So they're not down here for any sort of negative reasons, once again, just because there was nowhere else to put them. But anyway, once again, that's Gundam Age and After War Gundam X. Moving straight up from them then, and what we have is my Gundam 00 Master Grades. So, as you can see, I don't have a whole lot of them, but there isn't really a whole lot of Gundam 00 Master Grades. Hopefully they'll flesh them out a little bit more in future, but out of all of these, if I had to pick the best, of course, it's Dynames right there. Of course, link in the description there if you want to be in for a giveaway to win one of those. Next up, when it comes to awesomeness, is definitely the Quanta Full Saber. But as you can see, I don't actually have the standard Quanta or the standard Gundam 00, or the standard Exia actually. They're all different variants. That is because I only really got into Master Grades as this line was coming out, not when it started. So moving on over now, what we've got is the Gundam Build Fighters Master Grades. These are kits that I'm actually surprised ever came out. The Exia Amazing right there, absolute balls of a kit. I can't really call it anything else. It just keeps raining parts. If you're ever buying one of these, if you're ever building one of these, I highly recommend buying some glue at the same time. Some other kits there I barely even remember buying, let alone reviewing. Some of them I didn't. Back then I used to work an awful lot when I was living in Japan, so the amount of time it would take me to build a Master Grade, by the time I got it built, it really wasn't, it didn't feel like it was worth reviewing them anymore. I do feel like I should dive back into some of the kits that I haven't reviewed yet and give them a little old review. The Gundam Mark II, Build Mark II over there, that is another terrible, terrible kit. Out of these, the best, without a doubt, is the Build Strike and the Amazing Red Warrior. Both of those, epic kits. So now we're third shelf up on the right, and this is the Gundam Wing section. Well, the Gundam Wing section is a little bit bigger than the rest. That's why they get this whole strip right here. They used to be up on top, but there is a particular series that has a whole lot of Master Grades that I have a whole lot of that took that up. But we'll get to that when we get to that. So the way I kind of tried to organize all of these shelves is by series and then by Gundam. I asked you guys over on the community tab before what way I should organize them, and the main way seems to be main suits together from a particular series, then the rest of the suits. So I kind of tried to go kind of like that. So as you can see right here, it's Wing TV, Wing Proto Zero, Wing Zero EW, Wing Zero Custom EW, and right there, of course, is the high resolution. Moving over here, and we've got the rest of the suits from that, plus one extra one that you'll notice shouldn't be there, but that particular kit has no home with anyone else. Anyway, there is some more of those kits. You can see I am missing a lot of kits, especially the standard releases. Once again, they came out just before I actually got into Master Grade, and I really do mean to go back and get them, but I'm usually so busy with current releases that that's never really viable. But either way, what we got is the Altron, Heavy Arms, Death Scythe, Tolgeese 1, Tolgeese 3, and in there, yeah, is the Gundam F91. So that didn't really fit in with anything else, so that's why that guy's sitting there on his own. Moving up one more shelf, and this is kind of a bit of a mishmash. There's a whole lot of things going on in here, and I really need to sort out some decent lighting for in here. Right now I'm actually using my studio lighting to light everything up, but I need to LED this stuff up, especially this section here, which can look a little bit on the busy side. But either way, what I've got in here is a couple of Mass Effect figures from 3A. I'll pop that on the screen. I keep forgetting which one is which. I complained an awful lot about these figures, but when they end up on the shelf where everything does end up, they actually look not that bad. I've got a few Figma up on here as well. I haven't done Figma reviews in a long time, and it's something I really want to get back into. I've kind of gone full haul on all of the Gundam stuff, so I guess the views weren't necessarily that high compared to what I'd get with Gundam, but I will try them out again, see how it goes. If it goes well, then I'll keep them up. If not, maybe I will give them a bit of a miss. I really miss doing them though. I love Figma. Also right here in the middle we have the Formania EX Zephyranthus. I love this figure. It does not do a whole lot, but what it does do is look epic. Everything that's here that needs batteries, like that, all of those, well, the batteries have gone dead, and I really should replace them, but haven't gotten around to it yet. As for the rest of the somewhat random stuff on the shelf, there's Sahelanthropus. There is Ultraman, that's what he's called. Next up we've got Miku down here, blowing the brains out of a zombie. And we zoom on over a little bit further to this section right here. This is where I keep 3 out of my 5, I think, perfect grades. I was thinking of putting the rest of them there, but until I can fill up the whole section, I don't think I will. So you might be wondering, and I did mention this in the video before, why is this a unicorn body on a destroy mode head? And the reason is I've lost the inner section of the face of the destroy mode unicorn. Wait, no, the unicorn mode unicorn. So I do need to replace that part, so that's why it's like that for now. A lot of these things kind of got damaged when I was posting them, like right there, the perfect grade strike. One of his antennas is broken off. I do have it somewhere. It might actually be in this little pile of bits right here, but that is something I really need to get around to. A lot of things are missing parts, broken parts from getting them shipped over from Japan. It took 3 months on a boat, so it took quite a bit of abuse. Right there is one more kit. That is Turn X from Turn A Gundam, the Master Grade. This is the only kit I have from that particular series, so that's why he's standing right there. There is the absolutely fantastic perfect grade Exia lighting mode. And once again, I will mention that I don't have any batteries inside that one either. I stole them for some kind of battery operated lights and never put them back. Also, there's the Major. So next up, second from the top, is all of my Figma. Well, the vast majority of them. I do have a few more in the other room, which we'll get to very soon. But this is the ones I could organize by series. So what we've got there is the ones that I've got from Steins Gate. Moving over a little bit more, we've got some Madoka Magica figures. Moving over somewhat some more, and there is the Fate Stay Night ones, including that typical Fate Stay Night character right there, Leonidas. Moving over, and we've got some Persona guys in the background. I really meant to get around to getting the Persona 5 ones, but I never did. I guess Figma has just become so expensive lately. When I used to like collect these en masse, like collect them all the time, they're more like 4,000 yen max, 5,000 yen max. Now they push 8, 9, 100,000. It's crazy. Like, I get inflation, but that's a little bit crazy. Moving down then, and we've got Deku, some Kill la Kill. There's the Major again, some Summer Wars back there, and now let's move over to this side. This corner is a bit on the darker side, so hopefully you can see everything fine here. So first up, over in this corner, we've got some Black Rock Shooter. Once again, I'm a real terrible collector. I tried to fill in all the blanks of everything here, of every series, but either I ran out of money or ran out of time, I guess. But still, it does kill me that I'm missing some versions, have multiple versions of some, etc. I want them all. And it also kills me that Figma doesn't make full sets. But I guess that's just the kind of obsessive collector part about me. Anyway, next up then, moving over, we've got some Hatsune Miku. Moving over some more, we've got some Sword Art Online. I think I have... No, I don't. I never got the Lifa. That was one of my most asked for videos when she came out, but I just never, ever, ever got around to getting her, which sucks. Moving over some more, and I've got some Nintendo characters that have appeared in Smash. That's my loose reasoning for putting those ones together there. And of course, over here we've got some Figma from the awesome Berserk. Moving on up to the top shelf, and this is all Gundam Seed Destiny, or Gundam Seed Destiny Astrays. So there is a lot. They even go up onto the top shelf here, because these are some of the biggest, most craziest master grades you can get. There is a bit of a Athronzala display, and there is the perfect grade Trans Am 00 Riser. But back down to this. So my loose kind of way of how I have organized these right here is, this section here of course was meant to be the main mobile suits from Gundam Seed, but as you can see I don't have the dual Gundam Assault Shroud. One more thing that I missed, because I think I was away from Japan for a month, and by the time I came back I completely forgot to get it and never got it since. Definitely something for on the short list to fill out that little section. There is the Lucas's Strike Gundam, Providence, and moving over here then is the Astrays, and because of the Astray Noir right there, kind of use it as an excuse to move towards the Impulse Blanche and then to the Orange Destiny. So just to go through those so you can know what they are, actually I'll go right back to the beginning. This is the Strike Gundam Ver Remaster, this is the Master Grade Buster Gundam, Master Grade Blitz, Master Grade Lucas's Strike, Master Grade Providence Gundam, Master Grade Astray Red Frame Kai, there is the High Resolution Red Frame, Blue Frame 2nd D, Master Grade Strike Noir, nope, Astray Noir, Master Grade Impulse Blanche, and the Master Grade Heine Wustenfuss, or something like that, Destiny Gundam. Anyway, popping on up to the top, once again there is the perfect grade Gundam 00 Riser Trans Am mode, and the reason that does not have its backpack, because I'm sure you will want to know, is because I used it for a size comparison and then just never bothered putting it back on. There is some of Athronzala's master grades. That is the Aegis Gundam, the first one that I ever reviewed, the Master Grade Justice Gundam, as well as the Master Grade Infinite Justice. Actually, that's the other way around. Justice, Infinite Justice. There is pretty much what started me off doing Figma reviews. That is the Attack on Titan Figma. That's why they get a place up here on the top. Because in a way, that was something that did kind of revolutionize the channel a little bit. It's what really made me start doing Figma reviews full time. Up behind that then is the Mega Size Unicorn Gundam. And then right there is the Master Grade Perfect Strike, Master Grade Freedom 2.0, which is one of my favorite Master Grades of all time. And right there is the Master Grade Gundam Astray Red Frame Red Dragon. Actually, that's just Master Grade Gundam Astray Red Dragon. Next, we've got one of the Megami device kits that I never got around to reviewing, and Spooderman. So I do have a few figures just randomly scattered around. There is Lincoln. Try to ignore that rancid decade-old Logitech speaker in the background there. That is not nice to look at. Right there is the first ever made in Japan Figma, which is the Figma horse. Piece of shit. Absolute piece of shit. Seriously, so much for made in Japan. This thing sucks. Next up, moving up a little bit more, and right there we have that big plastic Amazon, and honestly I don't remember who made this. Right there is the good old classic Hentai Woody. Moving over a bit further, we have another Black Rock Shooter Figma, which is Figma Strength. There is Wish's finest Pachimari, a giant Captain Black Sparrow, and as for all this stuff up here, I'm gonna go through quite quickly because it isn't mine, this belongs to my wife, so I'm not gonna really go through this piece by piece like I did with the Gundams and stuff because, well, really I just make a big fool of myself not knowing what everything is and forgetting what a lot of things is, even though I reviewed a lot of it. But anyway, moving up to the top, and you can see she likes a lot of dolls and Godzilla. That guy looks like he might have had a little bit too much to drink. Moving down some more, we've got some Bomei figures. I see a Rena there. Moving across, we've got some Kill la Kill, as well as a couple of the Harrow Shoujos. Moving down a little bit more, and there we've got some Queen's Blade. Ivy from Queen's Gate, I think. Then we've got some more Bome, some more other things. Yep, that's Muramasa, some... God, I can't remember what that's called. Token Rambu, that's it. Figma Racing Miku, some Yoko. Moving across, and a lot of these figures, man. Some of them I think were got in like recycle shops and stuff. Some were new, some were from Hobby Link, like that right there. This was bought from... directly from the guy who does all the sculpting, I think, for Gecko. I didn't actually know it at the time. It was bought at Wonder Festival. I went up and was talking to him, bought it. He spoke English. He was great. But I didn't even know he was the actual sculptor, so I feel like a bit of an idiot afterwards. Anyway, we've got some 7 Deadly Sins there and there. Moving down, we've got some more figures. Moving across real quick, we've got a bit of a shrine to Super Sonico over here. Once again, some of these are missing some parts or have little broken bits like this here that I really need to get around to fixing. Poor old Super Sonico right here seems to be missing her arm. There is still a whole lot of boxes of just pieces that I have in storage that I need to look through, but until then, she's missing a limb. Moving down some more, we've got some more figures here, some Frozen, some Code Geass. You see Shaman King back there. Some of these I think she's had for like, years. I never mentioned while looking at the wing things over here that this is my oldest Gundam. I've had this for 15 years. I did do a video where I burned one of these. That's because I bought a pre-owned one just to repair some of the broken parts that were on this. And I just used that then for 100 layers. You may remember it, you may not. I'll throw some of that up right now so you can see. And you can check that video out if you want to see that one. Back when that whole 100 layers thing was a thing. And the video was a whole lot of fun. Anyway, back to this side and we've got some Diva, some Overwatch. I see some crows in there. Couple of Nendoroid Snow Mikus. Did I say that already? I think I may have. Zooming down now to the bottom shelf, we've got some more. I think I see Michael Jackson, some One Piece, another Yoko, some Lady Death, some fluff. Yeah, that's just straight up fluff. We've got a Broken Werewolf, Laguna, and something else. I don't know what that is. Moving over a little bit further, and here is the Play Arts Kai, Cloud Strife, and bats. More Cloud. So yeah, that is it for what is in here. So mainly Gundams and Figma one side, anime figures the other side, and honestly, I think I need more shelves. More shelves, more figures, more Gundams. Anyway, on to the next room. So this right here is technically where everything happens. This is the office and the studio. So I do have a lot of the lights that I use in my videos on right now because it's quite a dark room. So I'll go through everything that's in here, but the first thing I'll show you is this right here is basically where everything happens. This is going to be tomorrow's video, which is the unboxing of the Master Grade Age 2 Magnum. There is that big Mecha Gaikotsu flag up in the background there. Of course, you can buy my merch if you want. I'll put the link in the description. It's in every description. That I don't necessarily recommend buying so much. I didn't make that to be bought. I made that for myself for right there. But it is there, but it's quite pricey. A little bit too pricey in my opinion. But anyway, there is the desk. A lot of people ask me about this. So this right here is just your standard IKEA glass home. It's exactly what I used to use before in Japan, but now they have only this one with the hex pattern. Which is kind of funny because I didn't want the one with the hex pattern. I was like, I just want a standard one, but now I'm so glad I got it. I love the thing. It's so cool. So it's just a glass desk on little wooden thingamajigs like that. Legs, I guess. The idea I got from, well, Danny Chu. He always had his desk diaries and stuff on these awesome IKEA desks, and they always look so clean, so great for displaying things, so that's why I got one in the first place. This hex one, though, it's new, and I think it's pretty cool. As for what else is here, a lot of people ask me about this turntable. This is called a Mr. Turntable. I just bought it in a shop in Japan, but I'm sure Hobby Link stocks them, other places stock them, so it is just called Mr. Turntable. That's it. So anyway, let's get back into the collection stuff. Bit of an overview, so I've got one shelf right here with some Gundams, another shelf right here with some Gundams. You might recognize this from the last video, which was the Neo Zeon, which is up here. Got some more Hammer Terrain here, unpainted. It's a bit of a recurring theme. I'll talk about that in a bit. I've got some Figma stuff here. This is Figma that wouldn't fit in with the rest, and over here, there is some more Gundams, the things I need to work on. This is where I keep the Warhammer boxes of stuff I need to do. This is stuff I need to review, and there is my Universal Century Master Grades and a couple other things as well. Let's go through them all. So let's start with these two shelves here. There would be a lot more, but there's this really shitty heater. I'll give out about it, but goddamn, it keeps the place warm. And this down here is Spooky's bed. This is Spooky's collection right here. Before I go into the shelves, he's got himself a Care Bear with no nose, a Tsum Tsum from a movie I can't remember the name of. In Japan, it was called Inside Head. There's his baby t-shirt. He's had that for a long time. This is his baby toothbrush. This is his ball. And he's got bones and bones and bones. This cushion, he humps a lot. This bed, he humps a lot. This reindeer, guess what? He humps a lot. Anyway, so let's take a look through this stuff up on here. So on top is a couple of mobile armors. This one is from Gundam 00. And this one, of course, is from Iron-Blooded Orphans. So there will be quite a bit of Iron-Blooded Orphans on this here, as well as some other stuff. Up on the top shelf there, we've got the various 1/100 versions of Gundam Barbatos. So that, of course, is the standard version. There is the high resolution. There is the absolutely awesome Gundam Barbatos Lupus. And there is Gundam Barbatos Lupus Rex. I'll say that again, Gundam Barbatos Lupus Rex. But anyway, we've got some Orphan Chew little guys here. All along here, I've reviewed those if you want to check those little guys out. If I was to recommend a 1/100 Barbatos, I would say this one right here, definitely. Moving down now to the next shelf, and this is just the rest of the 1/100s that I have from that series. I realized there is a lot I missed. I think back then I only used to buy things that I really wanted, and when I didn't want them, I didn't buy them. Now I just get everything gunpla because, well, I review them for a living, and I really enjoy it. We do have another little orphan shoe here. One is missing. I don't know where I put that. And if you want to know what each of these are, that is the 1/100 Grays, 1/100 Bale, 1/100 Gushion Rebake, 1/100 Fall Off the Balcony, even though he didn't. That is Kimaris Vidar. Nope, just Vidar. And there is Kimaris in the back. Moving down some more, and this is one half of the Real Grade collection. So I don't have every Real Grade. I was a bit of a latecomer to the Real Grade line. So I will go through the ones that I do have here. That is Wing EW as well as Wing Zero Custom. There is Quanta. And once again, you can see here, this is why I do want some nice risers, some nice acetate risers, because, well, literally, you just can't see the guys in the back. So once again, if you do know a good place to get some risers, preferably in Europe, preferably not overly expensive, let me know. I need to know. But anyway, back there is Zephyranthus, Quanta. There is Gundam 00 Riser. I don't know why I keep blanking on things. There is Johnny Riddens, or is it Johnny Ridens? It looks like it says Ridens, but I think in Japanese it says Riddens. But either way, that's his Zaku. There is Exia. And there is Zeta Gundam. And there is Char's Zagok. Moving down now, and there is 1/4 of my Iron-Blooded Orphans collection. Well, the 1/44th scale high-grade ones. So, of course, we've got the various versions of Barbatos in the back there. Then we've got the various versions of Kimaris right there. I will name them all out in case you want to know. So that is Barbatos, 6th Form, Lupus, Lupus Rex, Kimaris, Kimaris Trooper, Vidar, Kimaris Vidar. Moving down from that then is B25's awesome Acid Rain figures. I love these things. These are so cool. They're so much fun to play around with. They look great. The little mecha are awesome. They transform. They all connect in different ways. They are so awesome. Moving down to the bottom then, and we've got some more Iron-Blooded Orphans high grades. These ones up here, right here, these were Gundam Frames. Right across from that is more Gundam Frames. So these are non-Gundam Frames, well, besides that and that. But there's variants of those on the other shelves. This is the only kind of way I could figure out to arrange them. So these technically are, I guess the best way to put it is good guy suits, whereas on the bottom on the other side are bad guy suits. We also have some mobile workers along the bottom there. They came with the arm sets, with the optional weapon sets for the high grades from Iron-Blooded Orphans. So we might as well zoom on over to the other side. And this is one dark little corner. This doesn't get much light at all. So these are, well, the other guys were the good guy suits. These would be the bad guy suits. So mainly some Grazes, the Rhine-Car. And moving down, we've got a bunch of the mobile workers again. once again, from the option sets. Moving up, we've got a whole lot of unpainted Warhammer. These are ones I can't keep in boxes. And I really, really need to free up some time to finish off and paint some Warhammer. I do have painted Warhammer, believe it or not. It's not all grey, but really, really do need to free up some time for that. Moving up a little bit further, and someone may ask the question, why aren't all the Iron-Blooded Orphans together? Why are they blocked off? Well, the reason is I put those and those in before anything else, and they were too finicky to move again, so that's why. So what we got here is some more Gundam Frames. So, of course, that is the various versions of Astaroth. There's Vul, because I guess it's kind of like Astaroth, it's wearing its armor. In the back then, we've got Bale, Flauros, and the 2 versions of Gusion. I know there is a version of Gusion down here, but honestly, that's an ugly Gusion. Up to the next shelf, and we've got some more real grades directly across from the other real grades. And what we have here is things that come from Seed. So what we have here is the Red Frame Astray, Strike, Build Strike, Strike Freedom, Freedom, Destiny, Destiny again, and in the back there, the Astray, Gold Frame, Amatsumina. And I am so hype about that awesome white Amatsumina. That thing is so cool. Amatsuhana, is it? I can't remember, but it looks so sick. Moving up further, and now what we have here is some kits, Master Grade kits, from Jim and Ball's World Challenge. So of course that is the Cubile Damned, the Polypod Ball, which I will get around to reviewing. Maybe. Moving up a bit further, we've got some more. That is Gundam Stormbringer, the Jim Dominance, and the Hyaku Shiki Crash. And yeah, that is it for this section right here. Up on top then, of course, is the Narrative Gundam Apex, which leads right over here to what is the Narrative Gundam B-Packs. Here is the Phoenix. Sinanju Stein narrative version is up here in the absolutely massive Neo Zeon, and I just threw the Gustav Karl in there. That is the unicorn version, but it's pretty much the same as the one from Narrative, so that's why he's there. I don't have a Gundam Unicorn section, just an NT section. Over here, some more Warhammer. I've got some Rhinos that I have owned. This Land Raider back here, that you can barely see because if I put it up here, you might not be able to hear me. I have owned that since I was, I'm going to say, 14 years old, and that was a long, long time. I only painted it properly recently. I used to play Mortifactors when I was younger, but I went the no-brainer route that has more models than anything else, and that is Ultramarines. A bunch of terrain I seriously need to paint. There is my Necromunda gang. Again, absolutely no imagination involved. That is just Goliath in the standard colors. Well, the standard colors based on the paints that I had at the time. And moving down some more, right here we've got some more Warhammer, some more Figma, that is Pyramid Head and Yugi, the dude from GoBots. And that's pretty much what's on that shelf. Moving on over here, it is a little bit on the dark side, but there is little Mecha Gaikotsu himself. I always forget to put him in videos because he's, well, in a mecha over here. But these are the Joy Toy, not Titanfall figures, that are called something else like Steel Knights or something like that. These, well, this one, which I really need to get around to reviewing soon, so many things in my backlog, is okay. It's alright. This is ridiculously good. Such a fantastic figure. I love this thing. Moving down some more, and this is where I keep the things that I use for in the reviews, things I'm going to use for size comparisons. So that is the Master Grade Gundam, the old school Granddaddy, that is 3.0. There is Goku. There is the Figma, not Figma, that is the Tamashi Nations. God, what am I even saying? That is Bodykun. I'm just going to leave it at that. There we've got Eren Yeager in his Titan form riding a motorcycle because why not? Moving over, and we've got a bunch more Figma right here. These are ones that did not fit in with the other ones out in the other room. So we've got some Idolmaster, Card Captors. I think that's Queen's Blade, I think. We've got some Mavlov Xeno Saga. There he said Gears. No, wait. Is it Gears? No. It's Saga. Xeno Saga. Yeah. Well, as long as I didn't say Xenomorph. So let's roll right around to the other side. Here's a bunch of boxes that I really need to get around to sorting. A lot of it is junk. The narrative stuff is from the the Neo Zeong video I did very, very recently. That's the word. Man, I'm starting to get tongue-tied at this point. I don't usually do things in one continuous take like this, so maybe I should take a break. Okay, so break time, owarimashita. Let's move in here. This is basically where I edit. That is where the PC is. There's a skull because, what? Surprise, I like skulls, it seems. And let's check out what's over here. So we've got another Figma here. This is from Terraformars. There is a bit of something going on right there. Moving over, and I've got a couple of those Robot Damashi Ver anime figures. Those are so damn awesome. I love them. I've never been a fan of Robot Damashi, but these absolutely and utterly rock. That right there is the frame from an upcoming review, which is the high resolution Wing EW. That is gone completely out of focus. There we go. Moving over a bit more, and on top of my PC here is where I keep some of my favorite kits. Basically, I've made this whole little nook right here into just a bunch of stuff that when I look at it, it makes me so damn happy. I worked for way too many years in a job I absolutely and utterly hated, so I want to make sure everything here is perfect. But anyway, these are a lot of my favorites. So that, of course, is the Real Grade Mark II, one of the funnest little things to play around with. In my opinion, it is the perfect Real Grade. It just is so awesome. Beside it then is the Tallgeese. That's not really there for any particular reason, it just kind of wound up there. I do love it, but not as much as the rest. There is Gundam Dantalion, something I've always meant to customize into a Mecha Gaikotsu custom, but like with the Warhammer and all that stuff, I just don't spend, or make, I should say, enough time to kind of customize things, do all that sort of stuff, spend all my time building and reviewing. Next up right there is Harrow, the Harrowpla Mobile Harrow, another absolutely and utterly awesome kit, makes me very happy. Moving on over, and we've got the Riobot, I think it is, Riobot Anubis from Zone of the Enders, the high-grade Moon Gundam. There is the perfect grade 7 sword, 007 sword. That's just there because there was no other space for it, not necessarily because I love it, but I do. Not as much as the Exia, but it's just there because of space reasons, really. There is the Real Grade Sazabi, one hell of a kit. This is the best Real Grade. This, however, it's probably my favorite Real Grade, but technically, this is the best one. There is a bit of a little Maneki Neko. Give me some good luck with the whole businessing thing. Seeing as now, running this channel is my business, that little guy there's for good luck. Behind that then is Femto, which is pretty much the antithesis of good luck, so maybe I should move him. Moving down, and we've got the ball. Oh, the ball. Below that is just a bunch of other stuff like trying to not get old. And it's there so I can see it, so I don't forget to use it. There's Mari. She's just there because she had nowhere else to go. Same with the Stormtrooper. And once again, skull, lens, smell, heartstone. I don't know where that leads. If that brings me back here, I better stop leaving it here. Moving on over, and there is retired Mike Chan. I got a new mic recently, which is on this camera right now. Find it a bit better than this was. This was a USB mic I was using in my camera. There's a lot of stuff. There was a lot of stuff that I just kind of cobbled together to make reviews work. For example, this thing right here is a construction light with toilet paper on it. This was my lighting for a long time. A construction light. Toilet paper. I recently just actually went and bought these off of Amazon, and ooh, focus please. And they're just a whole lot better. As for the light that is under the glass desk here, it's just another one of those dodgy construction lights. And they're so bright, I honestly think they were blinding me for a while. Those cushions down there, ooh, please focus. Those cushions are some ghetto soundproofing, because I haven't gotten around to getting some soundproofing yet. But all in all, I think things are coming along a little bit better. The one thing I really need is a background. I've been using this mounting board. Basically, this is a board for mounting drawings on, for in behind a frame or something like that, and it sucks. It's not true black. It's like a, please, stay in focus. But anyway, it is not an actual background. It's not actually black either. It's kind of a dark brown. I hate it. When I was buying this stuff from Amazon, like the lights and the mic, which is not on the mic stand, and the mic stand and all that jazz, they cancelled my count and did not send me a background. I don't know why, but I hate them now. Anyway, too much rambling. On to the last shelf, and this right here is where I keep all my 1/100 Universal Century kits. And I've become absolutely addicted to Universal Century lately. I always preferred things like Seed and 00 and Wing and whatnot. I've never seen Seed. I can't watch Seed. The animation just... But Bandai put way too much effort into Universal Century kits that you can't help but fall in love with them. Anyway, let's start from the top. So first up here is the absolutely colossal Deep Striker. I'm also really looking forward to the XS Gundam 1.5, which is coming out this month. Look forward to that review. That thing right there is massive and awesome. I'm not sure what the XS will be like. Never built the older one, but I'm looking forward to it. And ooh, who do we have here? There is Thunderbolt. My most asked for video is the part 2 to the Thunderbolt video. There is a reason I didn't do it, and that's because it took me so long to build it that by the time I built it, I lost interest. But anyway, it did kind of get broken in the mail, so I may buy another one and actually make that part 2. There's the Psycho Zaku, also from Gundam Thunderbolt. I never did review that because I knew it would drive me demented. Because although it is awesome, that backpack is like Buckaroo, like Jenga. Touch it the wrong way, it falls apart. There is my little shrine to the real grade Unicorn Gundam. That is all modes, from Standard Unicorn to Destroy Mode to Green Destroy Mode, aka Full Armor. But anyway, next up then, we've got the Master Grade Cubile. That had nowhere else to go, so now it's flying up there. Down here, it's still up, is the Figma tank. Something that's so damn big I can never find anywhere for it. Crocodile in the back. Crocodile. Man, my arms are getting tired. The camera battery is dying, so I'm going to speed up through this. There is my bad attempt at making some little dioramas for backgrounds. That didn't really work out. It's just some Warhammer terrain. Those guys right there, of course, are the Arbalests from Full Metal Panic. Great little kits, definitely. There's one I need to get around to very soon, which is somewhere here. Yeah, the Gurn's back. Really need to get around to that. It is built. It's very, very similar to these guys and also awesome. Moving over, and here is the little Amuro zone. So we've got the Gundam, the Origin, one of the most awesome master grades. You will notice it is missing a little piece in the chest here. I do have a big box full of Gundam parts that are missing. I need to get back to the little Who's That Gundam Parts segment so you guys can help me out with those. But that's inside that door right there, which I am not... Maybe another time. But anyway, back to the Amuro kits. I haven't reviewed any of these. There was a while where I kind of only reviewed some things and didn't review others. So, well, I suppose I had a job back then, so it took a whole lot of my time working, and when I wasn't working, I was drinking. But anyway, New Gundam Verka. The wing is in the background because it drives me mad. There is the High New Gundam Verka. That is an awesome kit. Actually, all of them are awesome kits, but Verka kits usually need that extra little bit of effort, so they're more for more experienced builders than I was back then. Anyway, over here is another little shrine. This one is to the Red Comet himself, and yes, I do not have a Zaku 2.0. I know it's absolute and utter blasphemy, but I'll get one for in there soon. There is the Sazabi Verka, an awesome massive kit. Mega House Char something graphics version, model graphics, art graphics, I think. Anyway, a review of those if you want to see them. Well, not him, just him. Moving on over, and there is the Sinanju squad. We've got the Sinanju Stein, the Sinanju, which is the Sinanju Stein if I remember correctly, and there is the Sinanju Stein narrative version. So these two, awesome. The standard Verka one back there, not so awesome. That thing is only standing up because there's blue tack on its feet. Otherwise, that would just be on its ass because the plastic that's used in it is so brittle and so easy to break. If you're going to buy one, then apparently you should buy the OVA version, not that one. On to the next part. Here is the absolutely godlike Master Grade Double Zeta Gundam. There below him is that little guy from Hexagear. This is a little bit of a better diorama that works a little better than the one over there. But that's something I would like to put some time and effort and money and whatnot into, is making some really cool dioramas that kind of spice up the reviews a bit more. Something that gives a Gundam a feel of scale. This obviously doesn't. That's a Warhammer terrain right there, so that is in and around 1/35th scale, whereas he's 1/100th, so it's way, way off. I would love to actually do some dioramas for both 1/100 and 1/44th scale. But again, time, money, etc. all are just kind of a bit of a limiting factor in that. Anyway, moving down here. So down here we've got ourselves some gyms. That, of course, is the Gym Command Colony type, the Gym Sniper 2, Gym Sniper Custom, and back there is the Gym Semi-Striker. Moving along, and we've got some Gundam Unicorn kits, and as much as I give out about this guy right here, still going on display. It took me a while to fix him. I had to glue a lot of parts on. I don't know what Bandai was up to back in the Unicorn days, because this brittle plastic, these, well, not him so much, this brittle plastic, this guy in here, other issues, but there was just so many problems with them. Lately, I took them and put them all back together, fixed some broken parts, glued parts, etc., just so I could get a nice display going. But either way, Unicorn kits, Unicorn Master Grades, besides the awesome Jesta, need a lot of extra effort. So in here we've got some more Unicorn kits, and that is the Jesta in the back, Jesta Cannon, and the Unicorn Gundam MS Cage. So this is kind of meant to be a bit like of a diorama as well, with some parts, but again, a lot of these things need a lot more work, but still they make a fairly nice display. Moving over, we got the Master Grade Jegan as well as the Master Grade Gira Zulu. Sometimes I need to slow down and say things right. So that's the Jegan and the Gira Zulu. Moving over some more, and we've got the Master Grade Hyakushiki 2.0, another fantastic kit. The Master Grade Hazel, that was alright. Pretty awesome looking, but it's alright. And yeah, I think that is everything. As for what's in my backlog right now, if you just kind of want to see, we've got those cats, those Nekobuso cats, Diver IMA, the HWS and SV custom weapon set. There is RX Zeromaru, the original version. I got sent that quite late, so that's why I was kind of a bit like, a bit lazy about doing that one. The Wound Wart there, that is for a giveaway. I do have another couple of giveaway prizes lying around that I just haven't gotten around to yet. I need to step on that. There is some P-Bandai kits I need to review and build even. That is the Unicorn version Banshee Final Battle version. I should say Banshee Norn Final Battle version. The Wing Gundam EW, the high-res version. And there is the Gundam F91, the after image color. So that's the clear one. Over here we've got the Gurren's back that needs to be done. And I got a couple of Figmas from HobbyLink that I am going to use to start kind of testing the water to see if I should or should not get back into Figma reviews. This one I definitely wanted because I do love Overwatch. This one's pretty cool because it's kind of half model kit and the weapons are awesome. And all in all, I do want to try and get back into those things. It depends on how much you guys watch them, how much you guys like them, etc., etc., if they're going to really be worth my time and all that. Because, of course, with the way that YouTube is, you kind of have to make sure things are getting views. Otherwise, it's time to move on to other things. But either way, we'll see. In this box here is something that is a bit of a surprise. That'll be coming up very, very, very soon. It is part of a sponsored video, which is great. You know, for people like me who make YouTube, do YouTube for a living, sponsored videos are very, very, very important. So that'll be coming up very soon. Down here, another couple of things I need to do, which is the Leo Flight Type, the Polypod Ball, as well as the Shinmusha Gundam, which is here. I never actually showed that when I was coming by this area. So I did go across the top, but I did not look here. So here is the Shinmusha Gundam. I need to take a look at that. That was sent to me by HobbyLink. And over here is the other side of the Figma I never showed. So that is some Untitled Collection, Guyver, Cleaning Levi, and Zombie-chan. And where was I? Oh yeah. So I do have some Warhammer down here. I did try to do a couple of videos for that. That was Forge, Bane, and Kill Team. All in all, it seems like Warhammer-related videos aren't necessarily that popular, unless maybe they're battle reports or something like that. So I think I'm going to just stick to that being my non-work hobby. Whereas Gundam right here is my work hobby. But either way, I think that's everything. So that is it for the video. So thank you very much for watching. If you're still here at this point, you want to be in for that giveaway, then you can sign up or sign into Gemmer through that link in the description. If you have any questions about anything you saw in this video, make sure to drop them down in the comments, including if you know where I can get some good acrylic risers. I need those things. Anyway, as always, thank you very much for watching. Make sure to come back as usual for more reviews, and I'll see you next time.